Whoa, what in the world? Is this the greatest comeback of history in Rise of Kingdoms? How many Oh my god, how many gold chests has been dropped to make this push and make this happen? It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Unbelievable in here. I'm going to do my deep dive research because I don't know the whole story. I will be going into Facebook, the #1 news source for Rise of Kingdoms. And me, being the Marites, if you guys don't know what Marites means yet, find a Filipino, ask them, hey, what does the Marites mean? Marites just basically means professional journalism. All right? But I would really recommend that you find a Filipino and to actually get the full term of what a Marites means. All right, so I'm going to go into Facebook. I'm sure we're going to find a lot of Karens over there, so we will see. And by the way, my name is Shinchi42. If you guys want to see more Rise of Kingdoms content, dramas, and, any current events that is going on, feel free to subscribe and turn your notification on. If you're part of this KVK and you've been following this KVK, let us know by smacking that like onto the video. So with proper investigation, it is simple. You just click search results and then you find 2489 because everyone is going to talk about 2489. Now, this guy, Adi Shiva, he likes to post here on Facebook. So I want to read what he's got here today. He says, KVK's over 2489 and 1484 have lost against 1188, 1525, 2133, 2010 and 1979. So GG to everyone. Here's a look on the 7 things we learned. All right, I want to learn from this guy. Seems like he's been following this and it seems like he knows what's up in here. All right. So, epic comeback is so real, so never celebrate too early. 2489 and 1484 celebrated when they won Zone 6 and Kingsland, but when Pass 7 opened, everything changed. So, in here, as you can see, the key to success is to never give up. That is true. Never, ever give up. All right. So let's see. 2010, 1979, 2133, 1188, and 1525 lost Zone 6 and Kingsland fight. But they never gave up. They kept pushing and pushing, which made 2489 and 1484 totally drained and surrender. Ooh, these guys are big kingdoms in here. These guys are not like, what is it called? Poor kingdom. They have depth in wallets as well. So does that mean that in our KVK, we might have a chance if we keep draining and draining and draining? I'm getting my hopes up. Never estimate your opponent, no matter how small they may seem. Okay, now he's giving me hope. So can it be? We got to have this mindset. I like his mindset in here. This guy is smart. He's got a good mindset about moving into the game and dedicating, but all the same time, how much does it really cost? Like, yes, you push, you do end up winning, but you end up losing a whole Lamborghini. I'm just kidding. You lose a whole like 20-30K if you're going to spend a whole lot of money as well. So you got to decide, do you want a victory over the game or do you want a victory over real life as well? So it depends, right, what you want. I'm just trying to be more honest in here. For them to push against the 2489 and 1484, they must have spent a lot more into the bundles as well. There is no way that they were not drained already before they drained out the 2489 and 1484. So they must have spent a lot more throughout as well. That's just my assumption here without really watching the whole thing. But, I don't know until you're in that team, but that's what I'm just thinking. Like, the whales have to have spent a little bit more in here, which led to victory. Maybe for the whales, it's satisfactory, but for players like me, maybe people that are working for blue collar job, it is going to be too much for you. Please be aware. Do not spend way too much into the game. If you're like maybe making like 100K a year, 200K, maybe it's okay, but 100K, come on, it's not a lot. 100K now is like not even that much, honestly. So let's see in here. All right. LV118 is the real deal. No wonder 1307 said LV is 1V Junior and the best ally they ever had. Oh, that is interesting. All right. Baba is a great fighter. 55 billion pearls. He is a great fighter, but luck is not on his side. Stay strong and stay humble. Baba, what he said in here again. All right, number 6, karma is real. Oh my God. There is a lot of controversy between 2489 and 4 camps. So karma, say hi to 2489. Good or bad, what would you put out will come back at you. So I don't know what happened. If they were boasting, really, I need to do a deep dive further in here today. If I can find them, I'll definitely show them in here. So number 7 bullet point, he said, this is 2 versus 4, or 2 versus 6, or 3 versus 5, or 1 versus 3, or 1 versus 5. Is that a healthy KVK? Once a year may be okay. So listen to everyone's opinion and vote in Diplo talks before making decision, and be fair, so everyone can have fun without burning out. This is just a game. Don't make it stressful. Exactly. This is somewhat true. A lot of people within this game, stress so much on a lot of things now. I'll be honest with you guys. I've been having a lot more fun playing Call of Dragons than playing Rise of Kingdoms lately. Because in Call of Dragons, is I felt like it's back in the old days where I can just fight and not be judged and just play and have fun. In Rise of Kingdoms, if you don't accumulate certain accolades now, and like you're getting shamed on, it's like, I'm just here to have fun. I played the game, So the thing here is that the thing that he says, everyone can have fun without burning out. A lot of times now, it's all focused on burning you out. And I don't know if there's a campaign or strategy for this, but when you're burning out, it means you're spending a lot more money as well. And I kind of put a gas pedal on that on my approach to where like I don't want to spend way too much more money. Therefore, I don't care much about like trying to burn out myself. I'm just here to enjoy and have fun and capture contents. So that's one thing that I really agree with this guy as well. So I like his, no matter what people think about this guy's post, I think he have posted here relatively fair statement. He's not trying to bash nobody. He's saying that, hey, if you do this, it'll come back at you. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And he's feeling joyful. So maybe he is in one of these camps as well. So let's see what people have said though in here. All right. Hence proof KVK is not a sprint, it's a marathon. Well, the whole Rise of Kingdoms game, I've mentioned this in a very, very early stage, like 5 years ago, that that Rise of Kingdoms is not a sprint, it is a marathon. That is definitely my word there. All right, see this. Everyone knows that it was you and the other haters of 2489 that was underestimating those 4 camps. I myself predicted this outcome. If only those 4 camps will not surrender, which it happened. Still, GG, 2489 stood their ground. 1484 did not live the hype. They are no longer the competitive KD that fought 2489 before. Wow. You come back to Kingsland after 89 give all autarch price. GG, 89. They retreat because they don't want to waste troops and resources. What did they say in here in this thing? All right, autarch list will send for who? People first capture Zig or final Zig? It should be final Zig. All right, so thank you for the contact. When occupying Zig, player can set the list of members who can get the autarch. Still, your enemy can also occupy the autarch Zig back and change the list, so it will depend on who has the final occupation of the Zig. All right, so he is completely wrong. I knew it. I knew he was wrong because I had the autarch reward with my last KVK. So that doesn't make sense, right? So this is, Vlad Dudu. Vlad Dudu. There's a reason. All right, so it's good that teach him a bit better in here, which is good. No, don't just smash him. All right, so let's see. It's really sad to say this, but 2489 become really active when they want to take the Zig. After they took the Zig, they went offline, leaving Baba and Fa to be solo filling and defending their most important flag. But it was less active when 1188 and 1525 dropped their checkmate fort, which changed the situation to KVK. To me, 2489, they are strong fighters, but they still have a lot of work on their mentality to fight till the last drop of troops. You mean drain all your troops? Whenever people talk about the last drop of troops, that means the last drop of your wallets, basically. I won't consider them as an S-tier kingdom. Rather, they are still the same level as 1175, 2605, 1302, 2377, and 1034. But anyways, they did it pretty well. It was a fun KVK to watch. GG to all kingdom that participated. So, honestly, at the end of the day, when you go all out in all these things, people just see, oh, you go all out with troops. It's just like, you don't lose any monetary. But at the end of the day, there is, greenbacks on the back of this thing in the game that you play. right? There's monetary value into this, especially for those who are big spenders in the game. People don't realize this, and they all think like, oh, this is just troop, this is all bubble. No, you're buying something, out of thin air and converting into troops, and then you're spending way more when you try to buy more. And it's a cycle and repeat. I've done that. I've played that game. Now I play a free-to-play approach. So just want to point that out in here. All right. 2489 own admission, they expected to win this running away because this is how they set this KVK up. All right, let's see. They set it up so they could pick a smaller kingdom in one zone, lock them up, and then go fight against smaller kingdom in Kingsland. They wanted two separate 2 versus 2. 1125 and 1525 fought their asses off. We burned through 50 forts, and they got more than they bargained for. Now they are clown kingdoms, and they said themselves, maybe they might migrate to young kingdom again so they can be the realm of Sobek, all right, in the realm of Sobek, and not have their own sub-alliance team beat them in OL. Ooh. They are all about easy wins after all. GG 1188 and 1525. This was 6 hours ago. All right. So I don't know where Smile is from. All right, but here's a message here. I'm gonna read it to you because I think I'm blocking some part of it. We have 7 days until Kingsland. Yes, this fight is boring already. Burning forts without field fights, but make sure we win against 2 versus 4, as no one in the leadership want us to lose to them and become a clown of every ROK community. Clown of internet community. Okay. Right zone must be secured as soon as possible. This boring progress, it might make all of us sensitive, but no other choice. We have to endure this boredom. Hope we can do this together and have more fun at Kingsland in the next KVK. All right. I think fort fight is just normal. I think forting is normal. It's part of the game. It's strategy. At the end of the day, I don't disagree with, dropping a lot of forts. I do think it is a strategy within the game. In real life, let's just say in real life, if you have to defend your kingdom or your location, right? You want to drop as many barricades that you can. And, similar with Call of Dragons, people drop barricades. It's just part of the strategy. And this is one of the strategies in Rise of Kingdoms. Don't hate the strategy, hate the game if that's the case, because then the game is allowing you to drop the fort. So, right? If the availability of resources is there, you got to use the resources. All right? So, at the end of the day, like I said, keep in mind, whenever I say things in here, money is involved. So, you don't drop the fort, you keep fighting, you drain. Money is involved. I know some of these whales also, even though they drop a lot of money, there's a limit to what they will willing to spend at the end of the day. So another post in here, imagine 2489 managed to win this KVK. They would definitely kept screaming the whole week if they were so great and heroic and so epic. But in fact, they lost and were bullied by Seed A. Very, very embarrassing. KVK lost, most embarrassing of all time, I guess. Worse than the defeat of 1034 Prime and 1860 Prime against 1093 before becoming a super Imperium. Instead of feeling embarrassed and being silent, they actually said they are great, show statistics, and consider themselves epic greatness as if they were equivalent to 1960, 1365, and 1093. Embarrassing and disgusting lol. Said by Airy. I didn't say this one. 2489 celebrates their whales, but what about their free-to-play? Exactly. This is the thing that I'm talking about. Not just that, though. The other kingdoms who defeat 2489, what about their free-to-play as well, right? They might be happy, they might celebrate, but they're going to be out for a while for, putting in all out in here. 2489 F2P waiting for passport because no alliance credits. Interesting. 2489 returning home safely after traveling. All right. So this is what the map looked like in here. All right, so let's see. This is what the map looked like. So I guess this is the 89 guys. Yeah, the map definitely looked very different than what it is now. So it says here, breaking news, 2489 tried to build Great Wall of Fortress, tried to keep 2010, 1979 entering KL and capture the star. 2489, 1484, stacking 3 layers of fort, trying hard to defend 13 more dames to claim victory. But turning point 2010, using ally pass to build fort at the top side corner instead of spending more time to burn endless forts. I see. Probably 1979 will meet 2133 side bottom corner and enter the Kingslands. A real fight coming up. 2489 failed to keep 2010, 1979 at zone 5 and 6. Can 2489 defend the Kingsland. So clearly what we have saw, they weren't able to defend the Kingsland. There's a lot of stuff in here that you guys can definitely look into. Even Fleisch, put a video in here, which is interesting. Some timeline in here so we can see. All right, 1, 2. All right, we can see the increase of amount of forts in here. All right, 10 hours ago until now. Interesting. So that's really cool. Let's see what people have said in here. Let's refresh my post in here. So I just posted this recently, and you can see 4 versus 2 Pamor Eme. So I don't know. I don't have anything against what any of the kingdoms in here. I don't have any opinion. I'm just trying to report in here what I see on Facebook. But this is the facts. This is what happened in the game. 2489 and 1188 seems to have been defeated as of right now, and whether or not there could be changes later on, I am not so sure yet. But so we got a few more stuff in here. Fa was asking, where is 2010? Why 2010 is not in Kingsland? Ooh, juicy. 2010 didn't do anything though, so the question is rightfully asked, said by this guy, and then replied, the kingdoms pushing from behind played a massive part in bringing down 489 and 484. So a post here by Jamie Rock. Finally, we took down 2489 and 1484 and won KVK. From diplomatic stage, we were informed of the alliance with which we did not agree with them. Because of that, we declare a no-show. But we realized how bad it would affect the game, so we apologize for this now and withdrew the no-show. All right, interesting. We have been ridiculed and ignored a lot, and even in Kingsland, our entire territory was erased and occupied up to 6 pass. Also, numerous AF continuous drop on front. Fort Bass in 2010 and 1979, we had to fight them for a week. Most kingdoms would give up on this KVK and lost all their territories in Kingsland. Most kingdoms would give up on KVK if they lost all their territories in Kingsland. But we didn't give up. We don't have whales like Baba, Fa, or Arvix, but we are confident with our alliance members that we can deal with them. We held out until allied camps broke through 4 passes and eventually succeeded in dropping our AF at the last fort wall line at 2489. I'm confident that KVK was the best KVK during his ROK period. I would like to thank all the members of 1188 and 1525 who fought for this war, for their efforts. And I would like to say so to the allies who did not give up until the end, and they did it. So here's a picture of what they have done in here. So I guess this guy is Korean because the language is in Korean language in here. So somebody says you don't have whales, F off. So I think they also have whales though. Let's say no whales. I think you can't consider Baba as whale. You can't consider Fa as a whale. They are krakens in here. All right. So krakens. So yeah, there's definitely some interesting comments in here. You can see very interesting. Good luck to the players. Hope you guys had a lot of fun. Please be careful on your spending within the game. At the end of the day, when you walk out of the game, it's not it's a bubble at the end of the day, right? What you spend, what you have, what your pride is within the game, you're not going to translate that into real life. You're translating that in the game only. So keep that in mind. Have fun only. Focus on enjoying the game, but without breaking the bank too much. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys again next time.